All right, guys, I'm back. I didn't plan on doing this live today, but I'm back because there's a few things I just wanted to tell you about, and a couple of things I wanted to discuss. One that happened today that I wasn't real enthused about. So, this past week, as many of you know, I've been doing gun violence advocacy and then some healthcare and some occasional housing, mostly gun violence. And unfortunately, we had two incidents this week. Both were really bad. We had a 3-year-old in Goulds, Florida, who almost lost her hand because someone left a gun unattended. Now, this person is in jail for doing that. I want to reiterate that. Okay, but the little girl almost lost her life because the scenario was this is exactly what happened. The person had a gun. They sat it on the couch near them. They were too busy watching a football game on their tablet to secure the gun, which was loaded. The little girl, thinking it was a toy or unsure of what to do with it, picked it up, it went off, and almost blew her fingers off. They rushed her to the hospital. Thank God she has her hand saved so far, thank God. Her big brother, who was 6, was traumatized and thought she died. Now, point of this is 2 words: safe storage. So we fast forward to Monday night. I was blessed enough to attend the National Vigil for Victims of Violent Crime on Monday in the city of Miami Gardens. And it was a good ceremony, very nice, and enjoyed being there. Very moving ceremony, very touching, remembering those who died, probably all, from gun violence. And when you see 30, 40, 50 people in a room who lost someone to this, and you know people whose pictures are on the screen who couldn't be there, it affects you. So, I came home that night, put my local news on 2 different channels, one at 10 and one at 10 o'clock and one at 11 o'clock. And there was a 10-year-old boy in North Miami Beach that they had to rush to the hospital. Again, unsecured gun. The little boy died that following morning. 10 years old and 3 years old getting guns that are unsecured. Now, I want to say one thing. I am personally sorry that I did not do enough on trying to make sure that people's guns were secured. I did a little bit with Ethan's Law through Newtown Action Alliance, and they're a great organization who's been advocating for this for years. Because of the loss of Ethan Song, a 15-year-old who was lost due to gun violence incidents and injuries. And Newtown does a lot of good on this and other organizations, so I want to encourage you to please support them. Moms Demand Action, who I work with too, has Be Smart program, which is trigger locks, which should be used. So we have got to be able to do better in terms of securing the firearms, folks. We got to be able to secure our firearms, keep people safe, and do what we do. No excuses anymore. Our kids are too precious. Yes, we've got to ban assault weapons. Yes, we've got to do other things. But our kids are too precious, and we've got to do more than just say, okay, let's ban assault weapons. Absolutely, we need to ban assault weapons. But we need to secure the firearms too. We need to have background checks, but secure the firearms that you do own. One person, when I did this meme on it, and a reel on it, and actually a TikTok video on it, actually had nerve enough to say that I was doing NRA propaganda, which was not even close. No, I agree with what he said, that guns need to be banned, i.e. assault weapons, magazines and clips, and pistols, certain types of pistols. Yes, they need to be banned from public consumption. Police have a right to use them, military does. Ordinary civilians don't need them. But I'm going to say this again. I do not personally support banning guns. I never did. I just support not selling certain ones to the general public. I support regulating guns so we have a trace record and a track record so we're all safer. So we can go to a mall, go to a church, go to a mosque or synagogue without having to worry, go to the grocery store without having to worry, and let our kids play outside without having to worry about them, and no more active shooter drills either. So we fast forward to today. This morning, after doing 2 really good reels and memes on this, on Instagram, I got a message from Instagram, popped in my screen. We restricted your video. We restricted your content. Only your followers can see it. And I'm like, what did I do? I never curse. I don't threaten. But they said, our regulations. And I'm like, why? Because I put gun safe on it? Because I put, lock them up? Come on, you have to lock these guns up. This is stupid. If you don't lock them up, What are we going to do? And hi, Maria Swanson, and hello to Modesto Avenue. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. What are we going to do? You got to lock these guns up. You can't just let them out there. I have a friend who was doing laundry for her son, and her son put it in a laundry basket, and she almost could have got seriously injured. People, please pay attention. These guns are not toys. They get in the way and they can hurt you. They can hurt your kids, your grandchildren. Please, if you can, contact Moms Demand with the Be Smart program. Contact Newtown Action Alliance. Contact your police departments. They will teach you how to do things in other organizations. I'm going to be doing that in the future too, because I don't want to see any more little kids die or get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. This is getting stupid. We need to do something to secure the guns too. We really, really do. And I want to know also from anybody that's out there, was it because if this watches this video on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm going to put it on other platforms too, what could I have said or did that triggered them to get so upset? I mean, okay, I shared something from another gun violence preventative organization that had pictures of guns on it. It was really factual, and the graphics telling why you should not have guns and use them. And Instagram said, you might want to delete this post because we don't recommend you share it because your followers are not going to see it. No one's going to see it. And I'm sitting here and saying, what is this about? Because it had a picture of a gun. Yet, they can let people do all kind of stuff with 1.6 and all this other craziness that certain people and certain political parties are doing. Yet, we can't, as advocates, go full out and advocate and educate the public on our issues. I'm sorry, folks. This is a safety issue. This is a public health issue. Our children deserve better. We deserve better. And we need to do better. You know, I mean, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to bring it out there again today. I'm going to read it to you. I read it a couple weeks ago for my friend Letha Cheryl Bush at her vigil for her son Jack Brown, who died from gun violence. And we're going to read how many again. How many? How many tears must we cry? Family in North Miami Beach is crying tears because they didn't secure a gun. How many times must we say goodbye? Almost had 2 in a week because of not securing a gun when someone we love dies. How many times must we sigh and want to cry? Enough of the crying, enough of the sighing. We got to get to work and we got to change things. How many kids must die? 10-year-old because of an unsecured firearm. How many moms and dads are going to cry? Right now, 2 families are hurting. One lost a child and one almost lost a child because of this. How many Americans will cry, why, when someone they love dies? Too many tears and too many fears and too few years. Again, years. Little kids that it's affecting. How many more will say enough? How many are going to say enough to watch this video, I'm going to ask. And how many more are going to rise up and say enough before our future dies, before it begins? How many are going to cry? How many? Really, folks. I mean, we're doing so much good in this community. I'm going to show you this. Put it on. This is a bulletproof bracelet. You can see the bullet right here. You hold it up here. You can see the bullet. You can see it from our friend Susan Kennedy Nanton, a Bullets for Life. You see the bullet right there. I'm going to put my other one on. See the bullet? Donate a bullet. Save a life. Don't be shooting the guns. Donate it one of these. Use this. Susan and other organizations will take the bullets and the ammunition. Please, lock your guns up, secure them, donate the bullets, stop the foolishness and stop the violence. Because you don't want to be like my friend Mrs. Bush and missing her son for 10 years. You don't want to be like my friend Tracy Brown with her son Louis Leon Jr., still an unsolved murder, as is Jack Brown III, who I just talked about with his mother Letha Cheryl Bush, as are Marlon Goodluck with his mom Tracy Lyons, as is several others. Oh, and of course, Omarosa Butler with her son Mendel LaBelle Butler LaBelle. Again, a young 17-year-old young man simply wanting to go to a store, walking out the door, and was ambushed. And there's still a reward for Mendel. So please, folks, lock your guns up. See something, say something. And please donate a bullet, save a life. And please lock your guns up. Thank you all, and God bless.